Alright, today in our notes we're working on algebraic expressions. This week is expressions, next week we'll talk about equations, two very different concepts. Okay, so we need to define a couple words first. The first word we need to define what a variable is. A variable is a symbol that stands for a number. So a lot of time with variables, we'll use letters like A or X or Y, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes you'll see it as a question mark, could be a box, could be a star, could be any symbol that represents a number. Okay, so then next, a numerical expression. It's a mathematical phrase with only numbers and operations. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, exponents, that kind of thing. There are no equal signs in it. An example would be 5 plus 3. That's an expression. 7, in parentheses, 8. 7 eighths, 7 times 8. Those are expressions, just numbers and operations. Okay, an algebraic expression uses numbers, operations, but it also uses variables. Numbers, variables, and operations. So we're adding those variables to the mix. That's what makes it algebra. And it's still an expression, so no equal signs. Examples of this would be x plus 7. It could be x plus y. It doesn't have to have numbers. It'll always have an operation or two. 4x would be an example. Those are all examples of algebraic expressions. Okay, so as a reminder, how do we evaluate numerical expressions? Like this one we have here, well, we know we follow the order of operations. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So first thing, we're going to multiply. 12 times 2 is 24, minus 8, it would be 16. Over here, we're going to divide first. So 84 minus 5 equals 80. Okay, so now if we're going to evaluate algebraic expressions, now we're going to replace the variable with the value or the number that you're given. I'll put in parentheses number. Now we have a numeric expression or numerical expression. All right, so if we look at an example of this, 2b minus 8 equals if b equals 11. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the b out and I'm going to plug 11 in. For this b, I put 11. Now it's not 211 though, it means 2 11s. So 2 times 11. So now I'm going to follow order of operations. 2 times 11 is 22, minus 8, which is 14. Okay, let's look at this next one. We're going to evaluate 5x minus y if x is 12 and y is 14. Since x is 12, I'm going to take out this x and put in 12, minus y we said was 14, so I'm going to take out y and put in 14. So now it's just a numeric expression. So 60 minus 14, which is 46. All right, so let's evaluate 4x cubed if x is 2. So now I have 2 cubed. Okay, I'm going to put parentheses around the 2. So it's not 42 cubed, it's 4 2's cubed. So 2 cubed is 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2, which is 8. And then 4 times 8, 32. Okay, now this one looks a little more complicated. Evaluate if b equals 4 and c equals 8. Okay, so I'm going to go through and take the c's out and put in 8. Take the b's out, put in 4. Okay, so now order of operations, we know we're going to do the numerator different than the denominator, so I'm just going to focus on the numerator first. 8 squared minus 5 times 4. 8 squared is 64. 64 minus 20. Okay, so now I know that this we can fill in there. So I'm going to fill in 20. So I have 20 over 4, which is 5. All right. Let's look at tables now, if we're using these on tables. So when you are given a table of values, determine what, determine what blank gets you from the first column row to the second. So we're going to determine what operation. Okay, I like it set up as T-charts. Alex sets it up as input-output. Okay, so we're going to start with the input, end up at the output. We could divide by 4 or subtract 3. Here we're going to subtract 3, so I know I'm going to subtract 3. That is my operation. So I'm going to describe that problem, that pattern, with an algebraic expression. Okay, so here I just have 4 minus 3, here I have 6 minus 3, here I have 7 minus 3. So here I have n minus 3. Not just minus 3, it's n minus 3. It's algebraic. All right, so let's look at this next one. Our input's 2, output 6, input 7, output 21, input 9, output 27, input n, output. Okay, so to get from 2 to 6, we're doing times 3, times 3, times 3, so times 3. So my answer is n times 3. Now, instead of writing it like this, the way we write with algebra, anytime we have a variable and we're multiplying, instead of writing n times 3, because it looks like an x, we write it like this, 3n, no parentheses. We put the number first and then the letter or variable second. All right, that's today's lesson on algebraic expressions. Here's some topics you can find in Alex. Look for ones that have the word expression. Stay away from equations for now. We'll get to equations next week, and I want to just kind of walk you through that. So looking for that expression word or function. We did some function tables. Good luck.